Alright, what's going on, guys and gals? I haven't done an automotive video in a very long time, so I figure, why not do one now? So, what you're looking at is a 2025 Ford F-150 XL. This is my truck. I did place the order, like, all the way back last year, and I finally got it last month, as we're taping this. So, I'm going to give it a little walk around here as I tell the story. So, my dad recommended me to a sales rep over at the Ford dealer where he got his 21 at. And so I placed my order for a 24. And what ended up happening is he put the wrong wheelbase in when he put the order in, and I had to go back in and reorder it. And I ended up reordering as a 25 model. So there's a 2024 that looks just about like this at Keystone Ford with a shorter bed. You might be able to get a really good deal on it. So that's your walk around. We'll go in here, give it a start. And this is done up in Atlas Blue Metallic, which you can get a couple different shades of blue in the XL trim. This is like your base trim. So what do you get with a base model? You're about to find out. So the seat covers, they're aftermarket. I wanted to sort of like add a little color to the interior here. So as soon as you open the door, you were greeted with a screen. Not gauges, but an actual screen. So we'll climb in here. Nice animation of a truck right there. I think that one there, it looks like a Lariat they're showing there. Then, of course, you get, that's a 12-inch screen there. So, yeah, you do not physically get gauges anymore in the F-150. Over here, you have your infotainment screen. Really big screen. Also standard in all models. You get this open little cubby. Kind of is like a nod to the first-gen Rangers, if you ask me. So let's go ahead and start it. So in 2025, you can still get a key. So we'll give it a start. Nice little splash screen there for the Ford, with the Ford logo. Yeah, I better turn that down there. That was Spinal Tap. Some Stonehenge. And what's neat about this is these trucks can do Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. And the GPS you're seeing there is not built into the actual truck. That's actually coming off the phone through the Android Auto. I mean, pretty neat. And then, you know, if you want to see other things here on this little third screen here, you can kind of scroll through. Yeah, and it's worth noting, too, that you don't get a physical owner's manual anymore. Like, the owner manual is actually in this infotainment center. Or you can go to the Ford website, put in your VIN, and get a copy of it there on a PDF. Or maybe print it out. But here, in the XL, you don't get the full console. You get, like, a little shelf. You get your USB ports. It's got the trailer tow package, which automatically gives you 373 gears. And then there's your drive modes and everything. And of course, your climate controls. You get your 12 volt. You get 2 more USB-Cs. It is getting hot in here. We're going to turn the air conditioning on. Alright. So we're cranking up the AC. So here at the steering wheel, you get all kinds of controls. You get your cruise. You get your radio volume. I'm going to turn that down here. It's blowing kind of loud. You got your horn, and then of course you got your menus and everything for the dash over here, and like your Bluetooth, and of course power steering, standard in every vehicle these days. I remember of a time when power steering was a luxury, and of course you get power everything. You get your power auto down window on the left. Auto down on the right. And of course your rear windows as well, but those are not auto down. I don't know how well you can see that one. And then the back window is just fixed glass, but you do get defrost, which is pretty cool. So then you flip this down here, you just get your visor right here. That's your microphone for your Bluetooth. Sunglass holder, pretty cool. And then Yeah, you get LED dome lights. Nice. You also get dome lights in the back along the sides there as well. And then take a look at the front. We get 6 passenger seating. Like, that's something you don't get anymore in modern cars. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, GMC's daughter, you probably saw her on Sideshow Saturday. She's all about sitting up in that little front middle seat. So then we'll take a look at the back. Lots of room, plenty of room. The floor mats, of course, are aftermarket. I put them in. Yeah, it was used a little bit. Truck's got almost 500 miles on it as it stands right now. But yeah, cool seat covers to match the front. Got a little storage bin there, which I did put that in. That is aftermarket. And then in the back, you get a couple amenities. You get your cup holders. You get a couple of USB-Cs and even a 12-volt. Pretty nice for the back seat. And then, of course, your window control, your speaker, and all that good stuff. You get your capless fuel filler. The alloy wheels, they came with it was like a wheel and chrome package they did. Otherwise, I would have got steel wheels and black bumpers. But yeah, your chrome bumper there, you got a hitch receiver. It does have the tow package, so it is capable of towing right around 10,000 pounds as it sits. And then, of course, we'll go down this side. Love that color. Love that blue. Then here you have, it's actually 60/40. This part actually flips up, and then you have storage over here as well. That's the hitch ball, which I had to get separately. And then you pull these tabs to flip the seat down, and there's your spare tire kit. And then here, you get seat pockets here, which those actually are part of the seat covers. The actual seats don't have them, so that's sort of an add-on too. The window flares going along the top, they were added on. And also this little bird eye mirror, I added those on as well. You know, $2 for something safer, why not? That $2 could save someone's life. So we have our glove box right here. And I did get lock nuts, that's the extra nuts. Yeah, I know what I just said. And when you go into the higher trims, like your XLTs and higher, they have a little door that actually covers this little area, with like a little button that flips up. But I kind of like the open cubby. Like I said earlier in the video, I think it's like a nod to the old Rangers. So I like it that way, honestly. So then, let's move on to the tailgate, shall we? And this is a dampened tailgate. That was a dealer add-on. So, in the tonneau cover, that was also, I also added that, and added this little board here as like a partition, so I can put stuff in the very back here and it don't slide up. But yeah, you can flip it up if you need to haul anything bigger. And then, this little cool feature, I ordered this as extra too. You know, since I'm getting a little bit older, I figure, why the hell not put a step in there? And there you go. Well worth the extra couple hundred. I think it was like 500 extra if I look at the window sticker. We'll put that away. It's like a multi-step process to put that away. And of course it's not a power tailgate either. The camera there. And then back here you get, that's your spare tire lock. And then here you get your 7-pin and your 4-pin all built in. Really nice to have that there instead of having to deal with that whole harness and worrying about that getting torn up. So we'll turn on the headlights, take a look at the engine. And you got your hood pop down here. Obviously no clutch, you're not going to get these in stick. You can't even get them in crank windows either. My dad actually, his 21 actually does have crank windows, so I think it was right around 22. I know 23 they didn't have them. Right around 21 or 22 was the last year you got cranks on these. Oh yeah, and of course I got the door ajar warning since I opened the door and it's running. Got Anvil playing right now. Nice. That's actually my USB drive there. I actually put a little short stubby USB in there with like 30,000 tracks. Then, this didn't come with Sirius built in, so I got my external deck in there on an FM transmitter sitting in that little shelf there. Yeah, it seems like appropriate. I actually had to use the home kit to sit that in there. So here, new for 24, the big blue badge with the white lettering. So we'll go ahead and open this. You got your hood struts, and here we go, the 5-liter V8 that powers this bad boy. So it's rated at 400 horsepower, 405 pound-feet of torque. I mean, I'm telling you, it goes. It goes. So there's the engine bay, and we'll get you an exhaust shot here in a minute. Yeah, can't beat the sound of a V8, can you? Damn, I guess there was moisture in there, got all over the camera. A little behind the scenes here. Alright, I got you guys sitting in the cup holders now. I hope that's a good view. So, we'll take it around the block here real quick. Get her in drive. Alright, here we go. This thing is incredibly quiet, too. Until you get on it, of course. Oh, this is one thing that's annoying about these trucks, or really any car they make today. That auto start stop and you can't turn it off. Or you can turn it off just for the one time you drive, and then automatically it's back on again. So basically what happens is you roll up to a stop sign and the engine actually will shut off after sitting for so long. I feel like there's going to be like wear and tear on the starter, in my opinion. So usually when I get in, I just turn it off. I always feel like there's somewhat of a lag there whenever it shuts off and you go to take off again. But here we go. Alright, let's give her a little bit. That was 62 right there. So yeah, you'll have no problem keeping up with traffic in this, that's for sure. But on the highway, I took it down to Moorfield and back once already, and very smooth ride, very comfortable, and believe it or not, with cruise control and eco mode, you can get 21 miles per gallon out of this, out of a V8 crew cab pickup. I mean, that's, for what it is, that's really good, I think. Now, as far as like the EcoBoost engines go, I don't know how good of mileage they get. People on like the Facebook pages and whatnot, they're claiming like 22, 23 out of those engines. But of course, if you go 3.5 EcoBoost, you're going to be spending like a couple grand more on that option. And then depending on the trim level you get, you automatically get the 3.5 EcoBoost, and that's it. What's really weird is when you order the XL, if you order like your standard single cab, short bed, all you get is a 5-liter V8. That's all you get. And like, the modern day hot rodders love that. Because you can buy the most basic F-150, and you get like 400 horsepower worth of V8 that you can soup up. They're getting these Whipple superchargers that you can get about like 700 horsepower out of them after that. So it's kind of a cheap modern day clean slate if you want to soup something up that's new. Okay, so I'm trying to get turned around here and go back. But yeah, I mean, that's those plain Jane short bed single cabs are real popular within like the modern day muscle car community. You know, and way cheaper than a base Mustang, too, with a V8. It's kind of weird, though, like how you're not going to get the 5.0 in that, not the 2.7, but then you get the 2.7 if you go with, like, say, a Super Cab and a 6.5 bed. Now, going as of 2024, you cannot get the Super Cab with the 8-foot bed, like my dad got on his 21. They quit doing that in 23. So if you want a Super Cab with a long 8-foot bed, you're going to have to step up to an F-250 or go with another manufacturer, I guess. I think the Toyota Tundra still offer that setup. But this here would be your full Super Crew with the 6.5-foot bed. 5.5 is standard on this, and I wanted the foot longer, the foot more of bed, I guess. And the way I saw it, it's like, if I'm going to be spending like $50K or more on a truck, I want to be able to haul more. But yeah, I mean, it rides like a cloud. Rides great. Alright, 4-way stop. But if you're going to special order one of these trucks, be aware that it could take you 6 months to get it. That's about what it took for me to get this one. And then when my dad ordered his back in 21, I think he said it took him 5 months to get his, and that's back when the pandemic hit and parts were on short supply. I guess it was still effective as of today, really. Oh yeah, and the backup camera is real awesome too. Like it helps big time whenever you're backing up, that big 12-inch screen. But my thing is, I don't want to become fully dependent on it in case it would fail or whatever. You know, you still want to like use your mirrors and everything. Of course, when you get too close, listen. Well, it didn't beep that time. There it is. So, yeah. So, you get your beep detection there whenever you're backing up. I don't know how well you can see there. There we go. Yeah, so that's a shot of the backup camera. So, another neat thing about this is you see you got your diagram of seats there. It shows who all does not have their seatbelt on whenever they get in the truck, and then it starts dinging at you. So, you got to tell all your passengers, you better buckle the hell up or we're not going. Oh, you didn't hear the horn, did you? Yeah, that sounds good. Of course, we got our infotainment. And then another neat thing is your drive modes. But you want to be careful when using this because it'll automatically kick you into 4-wheel drive if you go into like the mud modes. See, all you got to do is turn this little knob. And it switches your modes. Yeah, hold on. I got to get my seatbelt on so I can clear that warning. There we go. Let's try our modes again. So you got normal, slippery. Oh, it shifted into 4x4. So you can see your little LED turned on right here. So it's recommended that you sit still when you switch this. Okay, back to slippery. That's for like wet and icy, snowy roads. Then you got off-road, so you can see like down in the bottom of the dash what mode you're actually in. Oh, that's cool. It's got like your leveling too. I didn't realize it had that. That's cool. So let's go back to our normal. Then you got your tail haul mode. Eco mode, which I did use that coming back from Moorfield. 4x4 just shifted back in the 2 high. That's cool. Your efficient driving mode. Sport mode. I haven't tried this yet. But yeah, that's how you do all that. And of course, you got your 4-low down there in the bottom. That's your trailer brake controller. So, let's talk about the window sticker. So yeah, that's the window sticker that came off of it. So it actually stickered for just a smidge over to 55K. They did sell it to me for like 53K, so I did get a little bit of a discount on it whenever I picked it up, when I took delivery on it. But I got the 103A equipment group, as you can see there, which added $1,200. That gives you your fog lights, your rims, and your chrome bumpers. And then, of course, your optional equipment. 50 V8 was no charge because it was automatically with the configuration. 373 rear axle, that came with the tow package. Let's see, the tow haul package was $785, but that gave you the 373s automatically. That gave you also the integrated brake control. You also got the tailgate step and work surface, which you saw earlier. The dealer installed options was the bed tailgate lock, which you didn't see it, but it goes around like the tailgate, the part of the tailgate you take off. Spare tire lock, which you saw, and then you got the tailgate dampening, and then the wheel lock kit. So those are like dealer add-ons there. But yeah, you certainly get a lot of options for it being a base model these days. And of course, for safety, you get airbags all around. No getting around that anymore. Okay, so I got to show you this middle seat. So basically, it flips up, it clips in place, and then you go down here. You get even more storage down below. That's awesome. I love that. And then to put the seat back down, you have to push this little button here. Up here, it's hard to do one-handed. Let me put you down here. Maybe you can see. Yeah, so the seat then folds down, and you're good to go. And it did come with this little clipboard work surface. I'm not a big fan of that, honestly, but what it allows you to do is slide it up. Like, it's more made as a work truck, so it's nice for, like, if you're doing paperwork on the road. You got your cup holders back here, a little cubby, and then this actually tilts over towards you. And then you can pull that back, and you got your front cup holders back. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this full in-depth tour of this 2025 Ford F-150 XL. And yeah, she's a little dirty. I've been using it. I haven't daily drove it, though. I've only put 500 miles on it since I had it in the past 6 weeks, so I'm keeping this one for the long haul for sure. And also what I recommend is getting extended warranty, just for the fact that you have them screens there, and they're not going to be a cheap fix if they go. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you later.